Hello, everybody. This is Jerry DeMeo from Family First Funding and mortgage-zoom.com. And the topic for today is a quick timeout. We're going to talk about coaching with my friend, mentor, coach, Jeff Lobb. And I'm going to bring Jeff in. Now. I got to pull this off the screen. And Jeff, but before I do all that, I'm going to ask him to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And please, where are you? Don't forget, there we go. Don't forget to like the video, please. Okay. And so, Jeff, welcome back.
Thanks, man. Hey, really good to see you.
Great to see you again. So, Jeff, we're going to talk about coaching today.
Yeah.
I know you know a little bit about coaching. So, Jeff is the founder of Coach 52. Jeff is also speaks around the country to realtors and title companies. Listen, to anyone in our business, basically, Jeff talks to. So, Jeff, let's listen. I feel like we're an undercoached industry.
Yeah.
So, tell me a little.
So,
what do you find?
So you look, so many people get into this business and they don't really have the knowledge base to run it like a business, right? They get in and they think they're just going to show houses, sell houses, make big money, and they have to learn. They think they got to learn really to write offers and learn how to show properties in MLS. Like that's what they think until the business starts to change, which is actually happening severely right now. And they realize like, hey, what if sales don't happen? What if I don't have enough people to talk to? How do I get leads? How do I go find new business? And they never had the structure to put in place that you need systems and you need prospecting strategies and you need creative ideas to go find people to network and do business with. And, you know, the consistency we're going to talk about consistency and the structure is a lot of people aren't taught that. And look, you were a coach in your day and I'm a coach in my day of real coaching sports. I look at real estate as a sport. I look at the business of sales as a sport. We compete. We want to win. We're respectful about it. But at the same time, if I don't have business, I don't have a paycheck. And that's going to hurt the families and the pockets of those who are in this business because they don't have a core foundation of how to build a business. So, you know, I know you work with a lot of real estate agents, as do we. Together we partner on these things. And without the structure, without the right ideas, and without the accountability, that is the biggest word. We've talked about it so loosely, but realistically in real estate, you're an independent contractor, which means you don't have to be accountable to anybody except maybe yourself. Right? So there's a weakness there, a huge weakness of accountability. I imagine you see it too in your end of the world.
I see it every day in my end of the business, Jeff. And you know, everybody's so fast to want to throw money at a solution. Yeah. Like the first thing I hear as things start to slow, hey, maybe I need to up my Zillow spend. The second one is, Jerry, can we work on flyers? Can we do some flyers and a mailer? Listen, all good things when you haven't, but on most cases, we haven't exhausted all the things that don't cost any money or cost a lot less money to help. Listen, so doctors, they call it practicing medicine because they're always learning and keeping up. And then lawyers, they practice law. And I don't feel like in the mortgage business or the real estate business, we practice our craft. We just go and do. And I feel like there's a lot to practice.
Right.
There a lot to practice.
Right. And you know what's shocking, Jer, is because there's no, let's just call it coach. I mean, the coaching word gets diluted too, but let's face it, when someone goes on a listing presentation and they're competing for a listing, which in this market is gold right now, right, and they don't get it. Well, if I was asking that person third party saying, hey, you know, how did your listing presentation go? In their eyes, they think they crushed it. I did really well. I don't know why I didn't get it. But if we were the fly on the wall watching this presentation, they didn't do anything right. Because in their minds, no one's helping correct, change and evolve what they think is good, but not earning business. So they think they did an awesome job because they're self-evaluating. And, some of my favorite shows, I don't know about you, but I love watching, and I don't watch a lot of TV, but I stream what I want to see. It's like the ones that are either like the Gordon Ramsays, the bar rescues, the ones where they're going in and being very direct, saying, listen, you think you're crushing it, but here's why you're losing. And in this business, there's never, I joke sometimes, I'll go, hey, are you making too much money? Are you getting too many listings? Because there's never really an end to how successful you can be. However, there is an end to how unsuccessful you can be. And that turns into, I'm out of this business, I'm in referral, and I'm going to wait and see what happens to the market down the road, and wait and see put you into broke status. And unfortunately, we're going to see a lot of that. We're going to see a lot of people go to wait and see because they don't have a business structure.
And I find some agents that are on their own and say, oh, I don't want to join a team because I don't want to be accountable to anyone. So listen, I've heard that. Although I don't want to be part of a team, I don't want to be accountable to anyone. I want to be able to do whatever I want, whenever I want, and and no one on my back about, hey, how's it going with those leads, or how's it going with that, or how's it going with this. I hear that a lot in our business, and I guess that's your right.
100%.
That's your right. But I often ask people, what are your expectations? What are your expectations? If you want to close 5 or 3 homes a year,
yeah,
what you do is going to be very different than someone that wants to close 30 homes a year. And most people I talk to in the business, they want to close 30 homes a year.
Yeah, that's on average, it's at 3 or 4 per month.
Yeah, but you can make a really good living closing 3 loans a year with prices where they are right now.
100%. It's the lack of, and we say the consistency word again, but the lack of consistent pipeline. It's not just consistent closings, because closings, there will be stuff beyond your control you can't control, right? So, but there's not enough sales pipeline for most people to keep that consistency. And one of the things, I even do a talk about it at one of our keynotes that we do on stage at big events it's, and you've heard it probably several times, the 7 streams of people. Is we don't have enough streams and resources. And yeah, Zillow might be a part of it, but that doesn't mean like throw more money at Zillow. It's only one small part of what your pipeline should be. And it comes down to 2 things, Jer. It's pain and pleasure, right? We do everything to avoid pain, right? We always like Jerry, spend more on Zillow leads. Let Jerry get me create digital flyers. It's all the reactive approach. Like, do this and I'll get better returns. No. How about us, the real estate professional, do the proactive things that might cause pain? Pain meaning I am uncomfortable. I don't like doing that activity, but I know it will get me results. I know what I should be doing for lunches every day, but I don't. So it's those activities, because it creates pain, uncomfortable, versus the pleasurable stuff, which is easy. Spend more money, write another check. Go find me new technology that's going to make it better. And it'll make it better. It doesn't mean it's going to get you more business. So this is really where we have to look at each other in the eye sometimes and say, listen, if you really want to do well in this business and you're struggling right now, or even if you think you're that platinum agent that needs to stay platinum and struggling to stay platinum, there's work to be done. And that's who we work with all the time. That's what we do. So
Jeff, so you have Coach 52. And,
yeah.
and tell us a little bit about Coach 52. Like, when did it start? What made you start it? What's involved? And then I have something I'm going to share with everyone when Jeff's done, that I really think I'm like going out on a limb, and I want people to think about practicing their craft. Practicing.
There is no, you're right. You hit that on the head. There is no practice. We just go out and wing it. And no one critiques you. There's no and there's no, I know the word role play gets all thrown around, but there is no practice. There is no making you feel uncomfortable, except when you just get in front of a customer and you wing it. And if you don't win, you just chalk it up to they must have picked somebody like their family member. You come up with an excuse. Anyway, so what we did is, look, as we evolved into our coaching world of business, we realized a couple things. That one-on-one is great coaching. And I work with a lot of elites one-on-one, right? And we try and take the top of the top producers. It's a high level, it's different strategies for different people because everyone has a different set of problems. So we're always evolving. And because I've worn all the hats over the years of real estate, from agent, team, broker, owner to executive of a large franchise brand, I can pivot with those people. However, there was something missing, I felt. How do I get all these good ideas, these strategies that I go to conferences such as Inman? I speak at these conferences. I'm gathering and I'm networking with some top professionals across the country, and all these good ideas about what's working and what's not. I had no way to deliver that to more people at scale. How do I get this to an entire team of agents? How do I get this to become a value to maybe a brokerage where they can give it to 20 of their 50 agents and deliver it in an on-demand? And one-on-one, you can't do that. Now, I could go hire 50 coaches and train them up but still one-on-one doesn't scale that quickly. So I wanted to create a platform, Coach 52 weeks of on-demand, meaning you access it on a weekly basis when you get time or when you make time, because that's the accountability part. And it's the strategies in 7 to 8 to 10-minute video snippets of me delivering what is working, what's not, what you should be paying attention to, what are some of the strategies that people are spending money on and what you shouldn't be spending money on. In that, we said, let's give more. So coaching is coaching, strategy driven. Training is separate, meaning if you want to learn how to use Instagram for real estate, you want to start tapping into what TikTok's doing. Training is built there. We have scripts and dialogues and everything. And then in addition, we threw in marketing centers and all these resources. So I said, how much value can I give and scale it so that teams, agents, and even brokerages could take advantage of if they wanted to and deliver to thousands of agents, masses. That's what we built. And that's what we're delivering.
So in the chat, I'm going to put for everybody the link to the website for coach52.com. And Jeff also has one of his live sessions tomorrow at Coach 52 for his current clients.
Yeah.
And do you mind if I share the Coach 52 website, Jeff, just to sort of
feel free to. No.
So I'm going to share the 52 website and for everyone I work with, any of my partners and my real estate, I'm just going to let you guys know, if you want to join Coach 52, reach out to me. Jeff's going to work at a special deal for you guys, and we can all be accountable to each other through this program. Isn't that right, Jeff? Isn't that what we're sort of looking to do?
Yeah, one of the biggest pet peeves this thing answers, besides having strategies and training, and it is a pet peeve of mine still to this day, is if I run into any agent anywhere and I say, how's the business going? What's going on? Tell me more about what's going on in your biz. And after you get past the small talk of it's good, it's great, everything's blah, blah, blah. And I say to them, listen, did you do some business planning this year? How are you right now? Let's just call it, we're in April. How are you doing versus your goal this year? Like a snapshot of your business. How you doing? And most of them look at me like I'm doing okay, I guess. Like I can do more. Like, no, where are you? If this is a business, like, and you actually had a P&L, or this is a business, and I said, I wanted to make 152,000 this year, 152. And this is April, the 4th month. This is how we track 52 weeks in Coach. It'll show you enter your numbers every week. And if you miss a week, you just make up for it. But you enter your numbers of what money you made, and it's going to show you in a snapshot where you stand. I want to know, are you ahead or behind? And either way, we're going to adjust to get to where you want to go. Because if you don't at least know where the hell you are in your business, how are you ever going to hit the goal you planned on that one time a year you business planned and never looked at it again? Right? Because that's the other problem.
Hey, Jeff, I'm going to stop sharing the screen for a minute because you brought up a topic that's like dear to my heart. and knowing your numbers and knowing really you really are, like, I can't judge by how busy I am, how my numbers are doing, because I can make myself busy trying to grow my business, but that doesn't necessarily mean at that time my business is growing. Like, I can tell you this. I was off in the first quarter this year, 47% from the prior year. So that's a little terrifying to me. That being said, other than last the prior year, this was my best first quarter ever. But if you don't have that data in front of you, if you're not tracking what you're doing, if you don't know what you're doing, I wouldn't know that. I'd be sitting here saying, "Oh my God, my business is down 51%, what 47% or whatever." That's what I would be thinking. But if I look back historically, it was my second best first quarter ever, other than last year.
Right.
So,
and yes, I mean, you knew, and I know you know your numbers. You and I chat often, which is huge to know. Look, we are going to have ups and downs in this business. This isn't just like some straight rise to the top,
right.
But you have to have something to compare to. And the other thing we need to check ourselves with is so many people, and this is something maybe because I don't know about you, but I think you're similar to me in personality, that sometimes when you get angry enough that you didn't get the business, it fires you up. Like, I'm not going to go backwards and crawl up into a ball. I'm going to get fired up and I'm going to prove to myself that I can do this. So when I hear, Jeff, there's no listings. Okay. Well, let me ask you this. If you pull up MLS today, whatever MLS you're in listening,
they're listing.
Did new listings come on? Yeah. You're mad they're not yours.
That's
right. So yeah. You know what happens when less listings come on? You've got to fight harder to get those. Someone's going to win or lose. You got to take it away from somebody at this point. There's only so many. If the same amount of real estate agents are in the business and there's less people that want to sell, you've got to go find and get that business and beat the other people before they can get to it. Friends, relationships or not, you've got to hustle harder. And I know you don't want to hear that part, but this is really, those people are going to succeed this next year or two are going to hustle harder. I promise you.
I promised. Listen, I'm hustling harder than ever because I have that constant in my stomach, like that.
Yep.
Listen, I have that in my stomach. I listen, I'm not afraid to work, and practice my craft.
You are. And for those listening, let me just give Jerry some kudos a second. From be willing to get uncomfortable, be willing to try new. And then even if it's not going well in his own mind, he continues to do it to improve the craft. This is one thing you've perfected from the time I met you. You are willing, able, and continue to be consistent. And it always gets better as you do it. So listen to what even Jerry does in his business, right? Evolving all the time.
I get this so often, and I'm sorry you got me on this because 6 years ago you convinced me to start doing some video work, Jeff.
Yeah.
And that video work has evolved a lot over the years. And all I kept getting in the beginning was, for the first 6 months, from other people in my business, realtors that call me and all that stuff, what's your ROI on that? Like, what's your ROI on that? So I'm gonna listen, and that's hard to track on my videos, but I'm just gonna. So I work with a realtor today who I got directly, never met him before, didn't know him before. Listen, his name is Joel, didn't know him before. He was pretty new in the business, all that stuff. He called me about a no PMI program that I was putting on Facebook ads and things like that. So do you know I met Joel through that? And Joel and I, in the last 5 years, have closed over 100 and something deals together.
Wow.
Over the last 5 years. What's my ROI on those videos? So what's my ROI? And I need to keep doing them, even though they may not bring in instant gratification, like instant gratification, but I'm waiting for the next Joel to pop in. I'm waiting for 2 more. But if I don't do them and I don't stay consistent with it, it'll never happen. I'll miss it.
Yeah.
I'll miss it. So how does Coach 52 keep them? I know it has a 52-week plan. This is about accountability, Jeff, and having discipline and doing something every day. I'm assuming it like consistent and consistency. I get so everybody wants to go to your sales rally or your sales speech and come out of there like all fired up and ready to go and all that stuff. But the truth is, inspiration is fleeting.
Right.
Like discipline, accountability, and consistency is really where it's all about. It's not about the me, Jeff, and we're happy to do it. Go to your office and get your agents all riled up, like, because we'll be happy to do that.
Yep.
But 3 days later, Jeff and Jerry are long gone, and now what are you doing? And I feel like that's why you created Coach 52, Jeff, and I didn't even ask you that.
Well, you know what half the battle is, and we've heard this before, and this is the case in Coach 52. Half the battle, first of all, is showing up, right? And what we could tell is the simple accountability of, did you even log in this past Friday? Did you even log in to just put in your numbers, which takes, I'm telling you, every bit of 5 minutes to put in your numbers of listings, buyers, sellers. Did I have a closing? How much was it? Like 3 minutes of your life. And then to watch a 7, 8, 10-minute video strategy. If we could just get that first piece of accountability in by showing up, that's the first win. The second is yes, I know it's video based, but when I look you in the eye and say, hey, look at your calendar right now, like right now. Unless you're driving, look at it. And then I call you out on something respectfully and say, here's what we need to do this week. Here's what we need to do. And by the way, here was a great idea. If you're looking to do video, I came across this strategy. So it's a mixture of both on an ongoing basis. But the first part of any accountability is showing up. And if we could just win the showing up part and being accountable to at least track your business like a business, that's the first win. You know, the levels of accountability come after that. But that's our first thing we focus on is, will you even show up? That's something you invested in, right? I had someone this morning, respectfully, you know, our one-on-one call and one-on-one coaching pays quite a bit. It's a big investment, right? But that's okay. We spend our time. It's committed. Didn't show up. Didn't show up. Like, okay, you're paying for a service, but didn't show up. So what does that tell me? A, it could have been an error, and that happens sometimes, but not showing up is half the battle. So with Coach 52, you know, that dashboard to keep you accountable to logging in, keep you accountable to when was the last time I was here, tracking your business, running a business, and then us guiding you through the rest of it. And it's not just pie in the sky, shiny objects. It's real stuff real people are doing all throughout the country. So it's the best way for me to deliver all this good stuff in one platform.
In one place.
Yeah. And then access to our team, you know, so.
I'm pulling up like your pricing package, Jeff, just so they could have an idea. So 75 for an individual agent, $75 a month, only $75 a month. I know most of you are spending way more than that, like way more than that on things that don't hold you accountable.
And think about this for a second, Jared, and I have to put perspective in place, right? Even besides the accountability, which is important, if for $890, so $900 a year, which is basically, I don't know, probably 1/5 of one deal, right? Or 1/4, a quarter of one deal. If in 52 weeks of not only just listening to me, the strategies, the training, the accountability, if you can't find value for that kind of money with one transaction, you're probably making $5-6 grand. Then you might want to reconsider what we're doing in this business, because that kind of investment, you know, if you can't get a return on that, then there's a bigger problem. And that's something we could probably chat about later. But you think about that perspective. And then, you know, to give a team, and we didn't put team pricing here, but team pricing is around like $300 a month. But for an entire team to have the all of this stuff on demand as well for an entire team. So it's just, you know, we tried to create value, but at the same time delivering the results. So, you know, we're in this business. The money we make is big. We have to invest into it as well. And we need the right guidance. So
the guy that plays piano at Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
That's his show, right? You know how many hours a week he practices so that he's ready to perform? And practicing in our business is very often revenue generating. Like, some of it is actually, we have like some revenue generating practice that we're doing. For example, doing the videos, doing different things, putting an email together to send out to all your clients, putting a text message together to send out to your clients, and something that is meaningful.
Yeah.
Not Merry Christmas.
Right. And like, what if we just taught you how to take your dead leads that you haven't worked in a year or two? What if we could help you convert just 2 more of those, 5 more of those that you thought were dead, but magically turned into your next $8,000 paycheck? Is that not good strat? Like, there's a million strategies we got, and we make ourselves our team. And there's many times I'm in that chat too, that we have a private Facebook group too, where people could reach out to us and say, I'm looking for a better solution for this, or can you help me get past this? And there's people that'll collaborate and give answers in there. Like, that alone has its merits, and it's all built into the platform. So
if you really take the $75 a month investment, which if you come to me, I'm going to get you a discount on it. I'm going to help you that whatever I have to do to make for $75 a month investment. I guarantee if you actually do the program, you will absolutely, positively do 50% more business. I maybe it's hard to put a number on that, but
and put it this way, you should be able to 10x your investment for sure.
Right. Like, talk about an ROI. Like, the ROI on that is just going to be, but there'll be work there'll be work that has to be done, and accountability.
There is work. There's no magic pill in there, I promise. But there's a lot of really cool. I mean, look, we're working with some of the top teams. I'm working with, teams from, whether it's Keller Williams or some great Remax teams. I've got the #1 team in EXP. Like, we're working with amazing people that are not just spending money, but are putting systems in place, leveraging tools, making sure their lead flow doesn't get lost. I'm a solo agent. What do I do for this? So, it's all of those strategies, like, because I had no other way to broadcast that stuff on a platform. So to me, it's a ridiculous value coming from those minds.
Jeff, listen, I'm so happy that you joined me today. This is a long video for us. We don't normally go that long. We keep it quick, but this is something I'm really passionate about and really excited about. And I really believe we can help a lot of people.
Yeah, we can.
Like, change their lives. Like, to be honest, the coaching you've given me over the years has changed my life. It's changed my life for me, for my wife, for my family, like, for my strategic business partners. Like, it's been life-changing. And I wish I could just reach out to other people sometimes and say, please, all you have to do is work and show up and be disciplined. And you too, there's no magic. I'm not a better salesman. I'm not better looking. I'm not better at any of that stuff. You can look at my videos and say, "Whoa, how does he do business?" Like, I'm serious. You could do that. But the truth is, it's changed my life. All I did was show up and be unbelievably consistent.
Yes.
Like, unbelievably consistent. And you too can change your life one day at a time. And thank you, Jeff. Thank you for being part of my life and part of my network and part of my family and part of my, thank you. Thank you.
I'm grateful for you too. Thank you. It's going to get me to tear up a little bit here. So
if you haven't subscribed, I really appreciate it, Jeff. I know I had to stop from tearing. Sorry, but
I'm here now. So I appreciate you.
Thanks. So I'm going to ask one more time, please, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. That's right. If you haven't liked this video, I'm sorry. If you haven't liked this video, I'm going to ask that you please like the video.
Let's go.
And if you want to listen, you should be watching this video, getting off the computer and calling me up, texting me, emailing me, everything. All my information is going to be in every chat. Do this. I'll help you with Jeff. Get involved. Be part of it. Change your career. Be careful. The market's changing.
Right.
Not changing bad. It's just changing different. And more than ever, you need to be on top of what's going on and tap into the resources that we have here at Family First Funding, at mortgagezoom.com, like Jeff, who's out there speaking to people all over the country all day, every day, coaching, training, all that stuff. Like, tap into that. How could you not? How could you not? life changing. Jeff, thanks. Say goodbye to everybody. Thanks, Jeff.
See you guys. My pleasure. Thanks for having me,
My
Jerry.
pleasure. Have a great day, Jeff. Thanks, guys.